Hey guys, welcome to episode 23 of Comic Night with Z's.
Yes.
We actually got a pretty good show for. I think we got a pretty good show. First off, I'm the only one that read World to Come, the Marvel Knights World to Come. Just because we have to talk about it because of all the stuff that's been going on. If you know comics, if you follow the comic world at all, you know that T'Challa's new son is white. And yes, there is going to be a white Black Panther. And that's the entire reason why I read this. And I gotta say, man, the story so far kind of sucks. I'm not beating around the bush. The artwork is amazing because let's be honest, Joe Quesada can do no wrong when it comes to artwork. But storyline wise, it's kind of meh. It's very meh. Okay. It's told kind of like a Tarantino style, Rosebud-ish kind of thing, like a style of storytelling, and it's told in reverse, and then it jumps around all over the place. Yeah, but it doesn't jump back to where it started. It jumps back. It jumps a little bit ahead, and then it jumps back to T'Challa's backstory, and then it jumps ahead, then back to backstory involving a mistress after Storm dies. Yeah, apparently Storm dies off screen.
He moved on from Storm that quick.
He built her a temple. He built a temple to Storm, to honor Storm, all that stuff. So I don't know exactly how long he took to move on or whatever.
All I'm saying is, I know he's the king, and I know there's the whole thing about the king providing an heir. But come on.
That's actually a plot point in here.
When it's Storm, when your wife was Storm, and she passes before you, you Steve Irwin's wife this, and no more.
Yeah.
You're done. Once you get Storm, there is no other.
So T'Challa's mom actually, kind of pushes him. You got to start. You got to get out there. I want a grandson. Yeah, and you also need to, think about the line for the throne. What about Shuri? Shuri could have been yeah. They didn't even mention Shuri in here. Yeah, exactly. They didn't even mention Shuri in here. But the storytelling is so weak in here. And it's meant to, at each point, we're supposed to be like, oh my gosh! And it doesn't work. It feels like it's doing things to shock us. Hard for the gasp. Exactly. It's trying too hard for the gasp. Okay? You can't just force an oh damn. It has to happen naturally. Okay?
Yes. The only one that can force an oh damn is one of the world's greatest detectives.
And he didn't even force it. It just happened 3 times.
Well, when he stopped trying to make it happen is when it happened.
Exactly, when he stopped trying. But yeah, World to Come.
We do not want to see what's to come.
I have no interest in continuing this series. And it's not because Black Panther or whatever. I like Black Panther as a character. I will read Black Panther stories. This is a very weak Black Panther story. And then at the tail end, when the face mask comes off, I am the king of Wakanda now, and he's white. Okay. Apparently, the only people that are freaked out about this are people on the internet. If you actually read this, you will see that it does not matter. It is a twist of an ending for the sake of being a twist of an ending so far, and it does not work. So I'm giving this one a 2 out of 5. You haven't read it yet. This is my honorable mention because we had to talk about it. So yeah, new Marvel Knights World to Come. I'm not excited for what's coming next. I'm not anticipating the issue 2. I don't care about what's going on after this. I do not. I straight up don't recommend this comic. It's just, to me, it was just boring and kind of like, where the hell am I in this storyline again? So yeah, it's kind of dumb. So moving on to the actual stuff that we both reviewed, beginning with Imperial #1. This is being touted as the new, the foundation to the new cosmic order that is going to be in the Marvel comics. So this event is going to inform like years to come of Marvel comics set in the outer galactic or outer space or whatever, and it's a solid start.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
It's a nice start, but I think it tries to presume too much on itself. It relies on so many other storylines that you don't know, like if you have not read those storylines. Because let's be honest, when's the last time you heard of Richard Rider? When's the last time that you figured out what Teddy and Billy are up to in the Shi'ar Kree Skrull Empire thing? When's the last time you heard about them?
Yeah.
And now they're like a huge figurehead. When's the last time you heard about Scar? Now apparently this whole thing starts off with Scar. It builds on years old storylines that honestly I don't even remember reading. I know I've read some of them. I just don't remember what they were. I don't remember half the plot points. Last time I saw Scar, he was chilling on Earth with She-Hulk, and now apparently he was a king and had wives, and now like the inciting factor in this, or the inciting event of this, is now he's dead. Assassins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Taken out.
Yep.
Not even in battle.
Yeah, not even bad. They straight up like poisoned him. How do you poison a gamma irradiated 4-year-old? And yeah, it's
strange stuff.
I think the artwork is amazing. The storytelling is very, like, if you had read it, I imagine the storytelling is really good. If you had read all of these other storylines that converge into here, I can tell that the storyline could be like almost epic.
The person definitely put work into going back and like researching everything. You can tell it's there.
You can tell that the writer like believes in what the story is telling. It's just not everybody's gonna remember it. Like it's I give it a solid 3 out of 5 though. It's a very solid start. I kind of want to see where it goes, but if I don't get a chance to read it, I'm not going to be too mad at it.
Yeah.
But like I said, solid 3 out of 5. I recommend it if you're into the cosmic scene, because you do get more Star-Lord, Richard Rider Nova, and Teddy, Billy, Hulkling, Wiccan type stuff, and apparently the Wakandans are in space now. I know that they were playing around with space travel in one of his recent series, and he ended up on Arabo, right? The Mars colony of mutants. Yeah. And I didn't know what was going on after that. But yeah, apparently the Wakandans are like a huge figure in space travel at this point. So that's kind of cool. It's a cool concept.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do recommend it. But if you don't pick it up, oh well.
Yeah.
It's not gonna like end the world or anything.
Yeah. It's solid 3 out of 5. Kind of like Game of Thronesy feel vibe with the stuff that's going on with like the pulp. With the behind scenes assassination stuff, lots of death going on, and getting ready for battle, different factions and whatnot.
The Hulk was pissed.
But it's pretty I think it's worth picking up, see if you like it yourself, definitely. Even if you don't really not enjoy it, I don't think you're going to be upset at having spent money on it.
I'm not upset that I got it for the shop. I kind of went ham on the ordering because the covers look cool, and a lot of people like the Peach Momoko and Steve. Oh my god, Scotty Young. I don't know why I was about to say Steve Young.
Steve Young.
I was about to say Steve Young. But yeah, so a lot of the covers are pretty cool. If nothing else, the Peach Momoko ones are pretty. The Scotty Young ones are really funny looking. But yeah, a solid 3 out of 5. I still recommend picking up Imperial #1. On sale now. Moving on to
Galactus versus, or is it Ghost Rider versus Galactus?
It's Ghost Rider versus Galactus.
Ghost Rider's got top billing.
Yes, he does. So Ghost Rider versus Galactus. It's kind of funny. Starts off with the Thing meeting up with Johnny Blaze. In a slightly high intense situation, and then him inviting, and then Ben inviting Johnny out
all I want to do.
To just like to bro it out.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Bros night.
Yeah.
This whole thing starts with, which I liked. This whole concept basically starts on the typical like, hey, you ever thought about maybe this would work on so and so, bro? Or like, or like, what if this? Have you ever tried this? You thought of that? Such a great way to start off. Just two bros chilling.
Yeah, and it's in the solicitation, so it's not really that big of a spoiler when we like. It's Ben the Thing asking Johnny Blaze, aka Ghost Rider, what would happen if you penance stare Galactus? Mm-hmm. And Ghost Rider's all like,
He's like, I've never thought about that, bro.
Let's find out, and that's the crux of the inciting action. The action sequence was pretty cool. The upgrade that Johnny Blaze gave himself, pretty much in response to the overwhelming power of Galactus, was really cool, really creepy looking, like straight up Ghost Rider, like hulking out almost. So that was pretty cool. And then it kind of ends on this weird philosophical note that
it's very philosophical.
Yeah, like it's a solid comic through about the last third. Yeah, it's a very solid comic. It's funny. It's got action. It's got kind of scary action, and then it ends on that weird philosophical note that it kind of faltered. If it weren't for that. The strange, semi out of place philosophical outlook, I could have given this a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
But as it stands, I gave it a very positive 3 out of 5. So
yeah, like I give it a very positive 3 out of 5 as well. I kind of feel like maybe, well, I feel like it should have been longer. Like they could have still gone with the ending that they gave it, but it seems like a few pages, or maybe even just a few well-written panels were missing to get you to that point.
It did kind of feel a little rushed.
Because it kind of, to me, this issue is like another, like, hey, I have toys. Like, you're a little kid, you're playing with toys, you got Ghost Rider, you got Galactus, so you make up a little scenario, and they start fighting. And the end kind of seems like you got caught up playing with your toys, with your figures, and then all of a sudden you hear from your mom, it's bedtime, wrap it up, 5 minutes, so you're like, oh, I need to bring an ending to the story. You know what? Here's the ending to the story that's convoluted. You had to skip a few things, so
a little bit.
It's not bad. I still enjoy it. Really enjoyed it. 3 out of 5. It just probably needed a few more, like a few more panels.
Yeah, I think if it had been just like maybe 2 more pages longer to help flesh out everything, I think it would have been better.
Yes.
But yeah, solid 3 out of 5. Definitely worth picking up. Ghost Rider versus Galactus number. I think there's only just the one shot.
Yeah, it's a one shot.
Moving on to
the next one they advertised.
Oh, the Spider-Man versus the Sinister 16. Yeah. And the next up,
Lantern.
Absolute Green Lantern number 4, right? 4.
3.
Yeah. Oh, 3. Oh no.
That fell in slow motion.
It did. So Absolute Green Lantern number 3.
Yes.
Okay. I really enjoyed this one. This one, we were just talking about how this faltered by adding the philosophical ending. This entire one is basically one big philosophical, aka mystery solving part of the story. Okay, and it works. It straight up just works in this one. You have. In the present, you have, the new Green Lantern versus the Black Hand, and then it shifts back to a little bit before when they were trapped in the town, and John Stewart figuring out how to get past the barrier and what weakness the green power, the green shield has. And that right there kind of has a huge callback to the original Green Lantern's weakness. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but if you're a comic nerd, you're going to figure it out pretty easily.
Yes.
Not only that, but the artwork is just great. It's a more in-depth version of Ariel Olivetti type of artwork, and I love that, but it always felt kind of lifeless. This brings life to that type of artwork, and then it does show more of the backstory of how Hal may have ended up how he ends up. and how they're able to get out of the town, all that stuff. So it's a really good mystery solving thing right there. And then I'm not entirely sure he's straight up killing these people.
I don't think so. I
think they're being teleported somewhere, and that's just conjecture at this point because nothing's left behind, and it's just I don't think that they're killing anybody. I think that when he's judging them, he's reserving them because they serve a purpose later. You know what I mean? So and then last time you said that that maybe it was the Sinestro ring. It wasn't.
I know.
So like
kind of sad.
Yeah.
But hey, at the same time,
something else got confirmed. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, I gave this one a solid 4 out of 5 on Absolute Green Lantern #3. I highly recommend it. I am really digging this series right now.
The series is still going pretty strong. It kind of this issue does slow down a bit. Like compared to the other two, I think kind of takes a little because you get that info, but it's solid info. It's intriguing information.
Like I'm gonna bring it up again. Absolute Batman #4. Okay, we didn't need that. We didn't need that artwork, but this one we needed. This one, the artwork didn't change.
This was #3, not #4. Stop comparing two different numbered issues.
Fine. All right. Let's see if #4 is gonna have a different artist or whatever. I don't think it is.
I still stand by the fact that that was all flashback.
Just because it was flashback doesn't mean it means
hazy. It fit the flashback.
No, the art was hazy. No.
Gave you that. Let's look at the flashback right quick, and then
like it's all staticky.
Yes, and it changed with the time.
Fine. All right, but yeah, Absolute Green Lantern #3. Highly recommend it. 4 out of 5 from me.
Yes,
definitely worth picking up. Yep. Fantastic.
Now we get to the ones that were really difficult to put in order.
Yeah,
because these were all so nice.
Oh, man, these were damn.
We got. You know what? Just because I want to do it this way, I want to have just because
we gotta show how hard it is to put these in.
You give them all.
How hard
the one.
So okay, Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong #2. Issue 1. I had to say it like that, okay? The sequel.
Put #2 on it. Oh, they do.
Yeah, they do.
They just didn't on the other one. On my variant cover.
They did.
Not #2.
Which one did you get? The shiny one?
No, this one. See, it's not.
The 2 is in the back.
It is in the back. Okay.
Show the viewers.
It is in the back.
It's the 2 in the back. It's a background.
Thought it was the
Anyway, Justice League versus Godzilla vs. Kong, #2.
Yes, #1.
#1, issue 1. Okay, bit of a mouthful, I know, but this was fantastic. I love it. The artwork is amazing. It's the same artist from before. Same artist from before. This takes place 4 years after what they call G-Day, when the original incident happened where Godzilla came and started wrecking shop. Amanda Waller is putting together a program.
She's always putting together programs.
Yeah, based on her Suicide Squad, Task Force X, whatever, to try to combat these kaijus, these titans. And her doing this incites another incident. That's all in the solicitation, so it's not really a spoiler or anything because you've already seen kaiju-sized King Shark, Nanoe. And honestly, man, that little fight was really cool in there. It was fun. This entire series has been playing with your toys in the bathtub kind of thing. Just throw everything out there, and you don't even need a compelling story as long as it's coherent. Okay? Because this one right here doesn't try to be anything more than it is. It is straight up just a good monster movie type of romp, and it is fantastic. I gave this one a solid 4 out of 5. I think I had to reread a couple of them, a couple scenes, just because I was like, damn, that's really cool. Oh man, that was really cool. I got to read that again, and it's just fun. You get a little bit more backstory on this world's version of the Justice League, where they stand with their personal lives and stuff like that, and that's kind of cool.
We're in yet another wedding of, well, I won't say yet another wedding, because the first issue of #1 of the first Godzilla, of this first like mashup, it was a proposal. It was a proposal, but this one we actually got a wedding.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty nice.
It's pretty nice.
And then, so not only that, but it's just a lot of not red flags, a lot of death flags went up on there. You know that, you know what I mean? Oh man, I'm gonna tell her when I get back. I'm gonna do this when I get back. I'm gonna do this
when I come back. And everyone knows.
You never say that. You never
say
heroes
back,
never.
You won't.
Heroes should never say that. Okay, because then they ain't come back.
Yeah.
All right.
You won't be.
Exactly.
It's basically the same rules of How to Survive a Horror Movie.
Yeah. I'll be back. No, you won't. Well, like Stu said it, and now he's coming back. In the 7th movie.
This is true.
you had to replay the scene in your head, didn't you?
But he said it ironically.
He did say it ironically, but he said it.
You kind of got to put an asterisk on that because he was the killer.
That is true. Well, no, he got killed.
No,
quote unquote.
I was always part of the belief that he did not get killed.
He also believes he did not get killed.
It's just TV.
But it was a 90s TV.
I know. But I only say it that way because that's the way he says it in an interview as well. He's all like, "It was just a TV," but I'm always like, "Bro, it was a fatback."
Has he ever picked up his own TV?
Yeah, I was like, "It was a fatback. Those things sucked." To me.
Back to the comic. Back to the comic. Yes, a lot of death flags, death omens, whatever you want to call them, just popped up in this one, and now I'm like, oh man, are they gonna die?
Is Hal gonna win the bet?
Is Hal gonna win the bet? Is Barry gonna win the bet? Is he going to get to go on his honeymoon? Are they gonna actually tell the people that they're supposed to tell things to? Not like we're just gonna have to wait till the next issue to figure out what's going on. Maybe even wait till the end of the series to figure that out.
I wonder how many is this? Another?
I think it's supposed to be 7.
7.
No, the first one was 8.
Really?
Yeah, 7 or 8. No, 7. It was 7.
Oh, okay.
Because the final one was GL Kong.
Yeah, but what's that?
That was 7.
Okay, it was 7. Okay.
All right. So yeah, this one solid 4 out of 5. The artwork, the interactions, there's some mysteries going on.
Yes.
And I'm all there for it. I love it. I love Godzilla.
Tremendous stuff.
Yes.
And
then
I love superheroes. I love big monsters.
Yeah, and it's just like it's all in one. One comic.
I can't wait to see what happens. Yes. I can't wait to see which kaiju gets another one of their powers, if they do get power switch.
I mean, there was only one with Kong, right?
I know, but I'm saying, like, is it going to happen again? Are we?
I think Ghidorah's going to get a Yellow Lantern ring. That would be epic. That would be epic. Gigan, Red Lantern. Hatred. Yep. So these guys have not popped up in the comic. Yeah. I'm not giving you spoilers or anything, but I'm really hoping they do. But all right, moving on. Oh man, such a good comic. All right, moving on to
Absolute Superman. Introducing Ra's al Ghul.
So this one opens up with the Absolute Universe version of Ra's al Ghul, and
I'm a Ra's guy.
I'm a Ra's guy. That's how I've always heard it.
I first heard it because of Liam Neeson, so he was Ra's.
Yeah, but before that, I heard Ra's. I don't know.
Ra's, my tender oozing blossom.
Ra's.
You're looking fabulous today. Is it a new haircut? It must be a new haircut. But anyway,
totally different movie.
But yes, we start off with Ra's al Ghul, and this guy is brutal. Something happens in here that my jaw.
Yeah, man.
I was like,
somewhat reminiscent of Absolute Batman in issue 6.
This one blows that out of the water, bro. That was
like
funny.
That was funny. This one was brutal. Like they are two sides of the same coin. Okay, we're not going to tell you what it is, but rest assured, like the panel was like, oh my gosh,
like right? Absolute Batman's was funny because the person that he does stuff to is like they're trying to do stuff. This one was just like
yes, exactly.
It was.
I mean,
what?
He did what Voldemort should have done. Okay, I'm gonna say it right now. He did what Voldemort should have done.
He was all like,
There's no way they could survive.
Like he's over there talking about how like they called me the demon's head. Now I'm like
the god's head.
It's like, and then he does what he does, and it's like, no, bro, no.
That's
demon stuff right there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It could go either way. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into that here right now. But yeah, man, like he is brutal. He is ruthless, and he just is a singular vision in mind. And this one is at least 200 years, a little over 200 years old. At least they haven't actually like fleshed out how far back his history goes.
Because, and again, I think from what it sounded like, this kind of plays into. It seems like they may play into. What I've thought about sometimes too is if you in fact are immortal, when do you start forgetting stuff? Because your mind can only remember so much, and it kind of seemed like that's a little bit of what he was saying too, going into him being like, I'm 200 years old that I like know of, that I remember. Yeah. So he could be older. It's just when you've lived for so long, you only got so much RAM up there.
They explore that in Doctor Who with meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I mean, yeah. It's so.
She never comes back, Sam.
She's in the future. I would love to see a spin-off with her and Clara just going around the conference. Anyway, we're just like, all right, back to the comic. That was my fault, I think.
It was. You were like,
all right, so Superman comes back to Smallville, and apparently he's been revisiting Smallville over the past few years that he's been on Earth, and comes into a basically a tug of war between the Omega Men and Lois Lane. Not Lazarus, Lois Lane.
Yes.
And it's just Lois is starting to get the wool pulled over, like just starting to wipe the mud from her eyes, pretty much. She's being like her eyes are being opened.
Yeah, she's not sleeping anymore.
Yeah, and we get to see the new version of Christopher, right? John. I can't remember Peacemaker's name. Chris. Yeah. Anyway, the new Chris Smith. That's what it is. Yeah. We get to see the new version of Chris Smith. The new Peacemaker. He really does. He looks like a mix of Lex Luthor and like Brainiac Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we get some more fights thrown in here. Superman may not be so super at this point, and he.
The weaknesses.
I know, but we can't say that. We can't say that right now. But the artwork is amazing. The fighting in here, the action is amazing. The story threads are just like, oh man, I can't wait for issue 9. I gave this one a 5 out of 5. I gave it a 5 out of 5. It's I mean, I can't see what this is lacking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. See. I can't see what it's lacking either, but then again, there's still... It just doesn't have all of the sexy bacon for me. So, yeah, it's still a very high 4 out of 5 for me, because it's still tremendous. It's great. But it's just, it was missing a little something extra for myself.
I don't know, man. I thought it had that little extra whenever he goes Super Saiyan. That's what I'm calling it. All right, Superman went Super Saiyan, okay? And to me... That one right there, that was a sexy bacon. But if I can see why it wouldn't be there for you yet.
Just a little something that was missing.
So for me, I gave it a 5 out of 5. What are you giving it?
I'm gonna stick with the high 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
because it's still very great. It is a very great issue. Really enjoyed it.
Absolute Superman number 8. All right, moving on to
the top 2.
The top 2.
This one may in fact be my personal, but. Man. It's just so hard to choose between them.
Yeah, so they're both so good.
We got Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion.
So, back during the Free Comic Book Day, we had reviewed the one of the Marvel ones, which was Amazing Spider-Man, and it had 3 stories in there dealing with various facets of the Spider-Verse and Venomverse. One of them was a prequel to Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion. Invasion Incursion?
No, it's just Incursion.
Incursion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Incursion. Anyway, it just a little recap. It told how the maker from the original 1710 Ultimate Universe and had approached Miles, who is also from the original 1710 Ultimate Universe, and told him,
I want to go home.
We're going home. I'm tired of this place. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. And
he is the grandpa.
They're not that far apart in age.
I'm just saying, in this scenario, he would be the grandpa.
I suppose. But yes, anyway. So little backstory. So what the maker, Ultimate Reed Richards, does is give a blank interdimensional card to Miles and say, whenever you want to go home, all you got to do is touch it. Or you got to like think really hard or whatever.
Like that.
Yeah.
Happiness
click your heels 3 times. Basically, that it was just, kind of a one-off thing. Mm-hmm. At some point, Miles' sister finds the card in the trash can and gets teleported, and Miles runs right after her. Mm-hmm. So right away, just like a little bit too late. As with all interdimensional travel, just that split second can mean the difference between point A and point triple D over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's where this picks up off.
Yes.
That's where this one picks up on. Miles, at this point, he is the avatar of Anansi. He's got a vibranium suit that's kind of like nanotech. Mm-hmm. He's basically Apex Miles at this point, right? Yeah, and he's unlocked like several abilities, all this stuff. Comes out
miles ahead of everyone.
Exactly. Kilometers.
For our EU fans.
For the EU fans. For everyone else, it's kilometers. Kilometers Morales.
as one of the guys that I watch, it says freedom units.
Oh my gosh.
It's funny because the guy that I watch, he's a guy that does he watches videos of people that will say like, oh, I'm this height or whatever. And I think he's Chinese, but he's all like, oh, how tall are they really? And he starts doing other things. And so, but he says everything, since he's in China, he says everything in like centimeters and all that, but he ends the video in like, or freedom units.
What?
So I started
I've never heard of that.
Like one of his videos pops up again. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
But yeah, he's just all like, freedom units.
Freedom units. Yeah, you know what? I'm not mad at that. All right, so back to Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yes.
So it starts off with Miles jumping in after Billy, his sister, is just only like barely a year old. Not
he
even.
Said she's 3 months. I think you said
3. I thought you said 11 months.
We'll meet in the middle.
Yeah, I'm
7.
What?
To be fair, that is in the middle. You said 11. I said 3.
I guess.
That's 4 away from 11. 4 away from 3.
Okay. Baby sister. Let's just stick with that. An infant. So it starts off with Miles just coming through a portal, and immediately, for some reason, whenever a spider person jumps through a portal, they immediately meet that other version, that other universe's version of a spider.
Versions of them.
And at this point, it's kind of old hat for Miles because he's been on so many interdimensional Spider-Verse teams that he's just like, oh, well, you know how spiders do, and Ultimate Peter, or the new Ultimate Peter, and the new Ultimate, I'm not going to say his name, Peter's son, Richard. They're like, we don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. He's like, oh, I guess you're not there yet. Yeah, it's kind of happens to me like every other weekend kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
there's a little cube that's all basically time jump, and the cube's all like, okay, backstory on different universes, like thing ago or something like that. It's
yeah.
Like, but yeah, it's really, I really love once they start getting the interactions between the 2 spider people. I mean, the 3 spider people. It's amazing. I freaking love it.
It's spectacularly fantastic.
Peter's losing his son's what do they call that? His like
adoration.
Favoritism. Yeah, his admiration. He is no longer his son's favorite Spider-Man.
I mean, to be fair, Miles can turn invisible and shoot lightning.
That's what he says.
So yeah, it's
he
like
even says it. It's like, wow.
Can you shoot lightning, Ultimate Peter? No, he can't.
Sorry for my guy Peter. It's like, it always happens.
Just because you look like Andrew Garfield doesn't mean you're as cool as him.
Doesn't mean you are Andrew.
But anyway, so this one right here, the interaction, the writing, the interactions between the characters, so great. The villain that they team up to fight against. At this point, Miles is just like, yeah, okay. All right, now what's next? Can you help me find my sister kind of thing? And it's the way that everything is just drawn and the way that it's written is fantastic. It's so funny. There's action, and it actually feels like Miles is straight up stressed about all of this. He's straight up freaking out.
Mm-hmm. And I will also add, even if you're not into this for some reason, I still think you should definitely pick it up, because this very well may end up being an issue that becomes one of those classics. This is technically the first appearance because somebody gets their name in this.
Yeah, this one would be a blue key.
Somebody gets
it's already a blue key just because of the first crossover between the 616 and the 66. Wait, 66, 66, 10. Something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that. There's a lot of sixes. But yes.
No, it's a 6160.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not 616. It's 6160. Yes.
But yes,
so technically it's already a blue key. So rush to your favorite local comic shop, Z-Source. But yes,
I get people that's all local.
I mean,
we're getting kind of tri-state area.
I mean, well, on one of our last videos, we did like hella numbers in Taiwan.
That's right. We love our Taiwanese.
Yeah. That was weird. Like when it came, like YouTube has this little thing where it says where your videos are most watched, and a lot of our shorts are being viewed a lot in Taiwan. So it's weird.
We're getting like Pitbull, bro.
Pitbull?
We're going worldwide. Yes.
I will leave you to that, Mr. Communications expert.
Pretty soon we're gonna be able to be like, yo, this is Zach and Thunder, aka Mr. 830s, aka Mr.
Oh my God.
Mr. Worldwides.
Mr. Worldwide. No, I will never be doing that. But anyway,
want a dolly? I'll dolly.
You'll what? What does that mean?
It's like, let's go.
What?
That's why he says it. That's why he's always like, at the end of it, he's like, yeah, dolly. It's basically like, let's go, let's get to it.
I did not know this. Anyway, so Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion, number one. I gave it 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5 as well. It's tremendous.
Yes.
Like, you got Miles basically going. Basically, Miles is like, I'm at the end of the game. My skills are maxed out. I'm coming back to levels of like bad guys that are level 1 or whatever. That's what he's got going on. You got the banter between Spider-Man and all that. You got a good cliffhanger-ish ending because of what's coming next. And it's so much in this. It's just tremendous. As you said, it is spectacularly, fantastically amazing.
Yes, it is amazing. I love this comic. I will say, I will leave you off on a little teaser. The maker and Miles have the same universal signature. And you'll find out like this comic will show you what happens when that is seen. Yes, it's like, oh man, there's a mystery to be solved, and dang it, I'm here for it. 5 out of 5. Definitely pick up Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion number 1. I'm looking forward to the rest of the series. And
we've got the final one.
Yes, our comic of the week
of
Pop Kill.
Pop Kill.
All right,
it's been a franchise we've absolutely loved.
Yes, it's 4 issues. And none of them have disappointed, okay? If you love 80s action movies, if you love gratuitous violence, if you love gratuitous toplessness, you will love this comic, all right? Like I said, it's not for kids.
Even if you aren't that big a fan of gratuitous toplessness, it's still kind of like, it's not that much, and it's kind of tastefully done, a little bit. Kind of taste.
It's kind of like Swordfish mixed with Trading Places.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like, hey, you on your own island. Like, okay, go ahead.
Technically, they don't know that. Anyway, let's so Pop Kill number 4 picks up a little bit after issue 3 came out.
Yes. Well, actually, it's like right there because I think I remember issue 3 ends with the explosion of the door, and then this one is right there. You're right there.
It picks up immediately after issue 3, and it is basically the siege at the police station in Terminator. Okay, and it's so much violence. There's so much banter. There are so many ridiculously dumb one-liners that are so great. They're so dumb that they're great. Okay, the artwork is amazing. The storyline is very simple.
Yes,
he's just waging war to get the money and the girl. And what more can you want from an 80s action movie? You know what I mean? This is Cobra. This is Commando. And
this is, if it was made into a movie, directed by Michael Bay all over it, and it would be fantastic.
I do not disagree. It is fantastic. I would love for this to be made into like a miniseries or like a movie on Netflix or something. I think it would work.
It would be amazing.
Yes, the ridiculousness of the entire premise: two warring corporate giants in the soda pop field.
Taglines would be like a love letter to 80s action movies.
It's fizz this.
Fizz this.
Fizz this. Fizz.
This will not fall flat.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good. That should have been used in there.
Yes.
Oh man.
Tagline: This will not fall flat.
Pop kill. The story that won't fall flat. Yeah, it's like it's so good. This. If you like I said, if you love action, if you love action movies from around the 80s, you are going to love this one. Okay, the storyline is pretty much told all in the first 3 issues, and this is the glorious explosion-filled, bullet-riddled filled finale, and it is so good. And yes, I'm going to spoil it a little bit. They do ride off in the sunset, kind of. And it's pretty good. Yeah, I loved it.
Kind of calling on what we stated a little bit earlier, this is kind of like a Trading Places sort of ending. You kind of get that feel, you know.
I kind of get the Trading Places mixed with GoldenEye ending.
GoldenEye, GoldenEye XXX ending.
Oh yeah, triple. I could see that. Bora Bora.
Yes.
Yep. So yeah, definitely pick up Pop Kill. 5 out of 5. If you want to wait until the trade paperback comes out, the trade paperback comes out in August, and it is fantastic. I love this series. It does not need a sequel. Okay, it's straight up an ending. There's no loose ends that I could see. I'm gonna have to reread it at least 3 times. But yeah, there's no loose endings that we could see, and it is a fully complete story. It's a ridiculous story, but it leans into the ridiculousness and it just lives there. Yeah. And it's fantastic. I absolutely love it.
It's like Machete, you know? Like those movies are silly, they're dumb, but they know they are.
And they just lean into it.
I'm here for like you're gonna come to watch this because you want to be entertained. You want dumb entertainment. And this is just that's what it is. It's like I'm a comic book that just wants to have a good time.
Like it's not trying to say anything else. There's no political statement. There's no I guess agenda behind this aside from let's tell a fantastically absurd story and just do it well. And it does.
And it's one where it's like even like the art plays into it too because like some comics you can read, you'll probably take a glance at the panels and be like, oh, that's nice art. But in this, especially in the action parts too, in this last action scene.
Oh my gosh!
You're looking at it and you're like, the dude's using soda cans as they got soda.
Yeah,
soda bombs. 6 packs of explosions, and it's just like everything plays so well to it. Like everything is just tied in together. It harmonizes. This is the epitome of sexy bacon.
The entire thing is sexy bacon. I could, the
story is all wrapped in great sexy bacon.
The story is the jalapeno popper, and the rest of it is the bacon wrapped around the jalapeno popper.
It's tremendous, man. This whole thing, this whole series is a flying 5 out of 5.
Yeah, I do not disagree. I loved it. I've gone back and reread 1 and 2, and it's just it got better to me. Like, it was so good. But yes, definitely worth picking up. Pop Kill, highly recommend it. Once again, not for kids, so don't get it for your children. Okay, but I think that about does it for our review today. We were kind of late this week because life kind of happens. But yeah, we'll be y'all guys will see us pretty soon with our geek news segment, all that stuff.
It's pretty cool.
We got some cool stuff.
This was like video game weekend as well. Video game week as well.
The PlayStation State of Play was this past week, so we can talk a little bit more about that.
A little bit of extra news and stuff like that. It's a good week.
It is. All right, guys. Well, if y'all guys like the Rants and Raymond 2 Madman, go ahead and give us a like, follow, share us with your friends, and we will see you guys next time. Later.